What's the intro? What's the intro?
Victor, you ever tried titty milk? Okay. That's how we're starting this. Let's go. Okay. Yeah.
I've heard it's so good for you.
What? No, it's disgusting.
No, it is disgusting,
Yeah.
but it's good for you.
Yeah, it's
Has
so
a lot of
sour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you shit green. Yeah. It really does.
But I have heard it has a lot of health benefits.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It will
Yeah.
help you live longer, for sure.
Now, which race makes the best titty milk? Yeah. It's the real question.
Do you want me to actually answer?
Yes, I do. I do. That way I can go find them. And just like mass produce titty milk. Just be like.
Shit,
yeah.
I would say black people are built different, so I would go with that.
Oh, so that gives you superpowers. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Let's talk about superpowers.
Yeah, superpowers. Okay. So are they cheating in the Olympics just being black?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just like genetically built different. They're
Insult.
They're not humans. They're not humans. They're like fucking superheroes for sure.
No, that's true.
But
That's true.
speaking of superpowers, what would you say is your superpower? Like if
my
you were
superpower, or if I want, if I get to pick my own superpower.
Yeah, let's do that. Yes, let's do that. If you were to pick one.
It'd be teleportation. 100%. Yeah, no. It's
Why?
Because I get to teleport anywhere and anybody, anything, and I would be able to kill anybody instantly. Just instantly.
And they're just teleported.
their brain right into the sun. Easily. Done. Like,
Yeah.
that's such a simple way. Close right off. Just like, yep. I don't know where they went.
Oh, I
That's
see. So you would look at it from like a criminal standpoint.
Oh, 100%. Who said a superpower has to be
trying
good?
to be cute. I'm like, ooh, I could see my parents more often.
No,
then
no,
there's
no.
D, like saying
Yeah.
he's gonna.
I mean, can
kill
you
people.
teleport to heaven at that point? That's the real question now.
I would want to be there for like a split second to see. Do you believe in that?
Do you think it's just like an orgasm? Just
Probably.
like
It's like,
just
oh,
infinite orgasm. Just like,
See the God and
that's
angels,
why
like,
they all sing with that. Like, oh, just like, it's an eternal orgasm. 100%. That's what heaven's
Probably.
like.
Although
Yeah.
I think I would have more orgasms in hell for sure.
Really?
Yeah,
How so?
bad people, better orgasms.
Okay.
Like, why do women
Today,
go?
Satan. Today's the day. Satan, go right ahead. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like.
You know, Dr. Umar would be like, this is why you don't trust white women. This is exact reason right here. You know?
First of all, I'm European white. I'll always protect my whiteness and say I'm from
Don't worry,
Europe.
Isn't
Victor
that
will
where it
protect it
comes
too.
from?
What?
Isn't that where it comes from? though?
Yeah, but like American white is such a
With all European ties. Literally, American is Native American, which is not white.
yeah.
This
But
is-
what I'm saying is like I have morals and values, and a lot of people don't here. So
And a lot
different
of
type of
people
white.
still do here, though.
Wow, I'm getting hated on. Love that. Well, men do, some of them, but I don't know. I just haven't experienced a lot of people who do have morals here. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe it's-
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
definitely
say.
don't have morals.
I've definitely done some heinous things in my life.
See, I wish I did more sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're a goody
built-
goody like Victor. So yeah.
So maybe I'll find my person, you know.
Vi-
soon.
Victor, what illegal activities have you ever done? Yeah,
Legal?
yeah. I don't think you've ever done one illegal thing in your life. I can't imagine you doing an illegal thing. Like,
I
guys,
mean,
we got
I
to go
don't
to
know.
church.
I've been in handcuffs before.
What?
I didn't expect that.
Tell me.
Okay.
It was more just like stupid kid shit, but
Oh,
still,
Oh, yeah,
like,
there you go. Have you ever been in handcuffs?
No.
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 Well,
Oh,
different.
go to church.
Wait a minute.
I skipped on church for a while now because of that. No,
That
I
was
have
a
not.
sexual reference if you didn't know. So yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No,
don't
I
know.
think I would freak out if they put me in handcuffs. Like, and I was arrested. I would probably cry like a little baby.
Actually,
Oh,
that reminds me. When we got arrested, we were just there was you remember the foggy goggle?
Of course I do.
Okay, so when that was closed down for a while and the building was there,
Yeah.
one of my friends found a way into the building.
Oh, okay.
So we went into the building, and then this part you'll laugh at because we brought I don't know, one of them picked up a whole jug of chocolate milk, and brought it in. We were just for some reason drinking it while we were in there at the bar. Yeah. And,
Badasses.
Cops got called, of course, because they saw a bunch of kids going into the foggy goggle. That's closed. And then they
Battery
came
low.
up,
Oh, that's just a monitor. It's fine. Yeah.
and they came in, they put us in handcuffs, waited for our parents to come. That was about the extent of it. But
so
I remember
scary.
my one friend who was next to me. We're all sitting down. He starts to go like trying to come up with excuses, and I'm like to him like, calm down.
Oh my gosh.
Stop. Because
Yeah.
you're going to incriminate yourself because of how nervous you are.
Yeah.
You're
What
going
a
to say
little
something stupid
bitch.
real quick.
Yeah.
What have you done?
Oh, me? Let's see. I sold drugs, and basically while I was having sex with this single mom, they found us, and then like they found the little baggies, like little dime bags and shit like that. And like he was trying to, like he went back there when I told him like, oh, can I search your car? I was like, no.
Yeah.
So he went back there, because he wanted to do his coply duties. Cool. I understand,
Yeah.
So he tried to separate us both and then like scare us in between. And luckily I got a word in with her. Just like, just don't say anything. Just
Good.
don't. Yeah. And luckily she didn't say anything.
That's
Went to
good.
court. And the judge was like,
You're good.
yeah, just $100. Cool. Done. I mean, like, imagine that though. He would have ruined my life pretty much
would've.
if I said yes to just that. It
Oh
was
my gosh.
it was crazy.
It's so
Yeah.
scary.
And granted, I was just like, I just had those little bags. Like I was done dealing, and I was like, okay.
I didn't know
it's
that about you.
Yeah. I mean,
That's why you're a little spicy like
know
that.
yeah. I mean, like,
Explains
luckily
a
I
lot.
wouldn't do mewing. Yeah, I don't want to put coke up my butt, But that's extreme. I think at that point, anything with coke, I'd be like, no, that's too sketch to me.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm scared of coke. I'm a little traumatized because I've seen people on coke and I'm just like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh, I've seen some funny situations of people on coke.
I feel like it
but,
depends on the person. Some people, like, it brings them back to life after drinking, right? And
Yeah.
then they're just
Yeah.
lively, whatever.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I feel like it also depends on how much you take for the
Yeah.
night. But
Absolutely. Yeah.
I saw people, like, I remember looking in this guy's eyes and he was not there. I'm like, this is scary. I could never do that. I don't think I would
Well,
be able to.
I've seen some girls with those kind of eyes where
Really?
they
Just like
they're-
empty eyes?
Oh yeah, they're soulless eyes and just like
So
she about to
scary.
get graped, and it's just like
Graped.
yeah, like it was not like I felt bad for her because I was like, yo, this is not. You don't want to be in a club,
No.
being like almost out of control. No sense of yourself,
Right.
And I feel like a right-wing politician with a suit on saying
Hey,
all
you
this
look
stuff.
nice.
Yeah,
I
no,
love it.
oh, thank you. But yeah, I just felt bad for the girl. It's just like, I mean,
That's just
yeah.
irresponsible, in my opinion, to just ever be out, in the club, especially in doing drugs. I've never done that because I just know how cruel people can be. And it happened to me once when I got roofied. Actually, a local club
what?
here, yeah. And I wasn't on drugs or anything. I
Okay.
was literally working at Mashat Beach here at Tiki Joe's, and then we stopped by the club next door.
Yeah.
And I remember someone. Well, I didn't see it, but somebody
Yeah.
put something in my drink, and I was gone. And I literally had one drink. I was so terrified. I don't even know how I got home. It was the most traumatic experience, especially like for
imagine.
somebody
Yeah.
who doesn't have any help here.
Yeah.
My parents are in Poland, so I was traumatized, and ever since then, I know how to cover my drinks every time I go, and
Yeah.
I stay away from drugs, especially in public places, because you never know. It's something that can get you in trouble for sure. So
Oh sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
yeah, it's just the world is a whole different beast, and you have to be careful. People don't really have pure intentions. I used to believe that they do, but no. So, scary, the drugs. But yeah, I didn't know about that. That's crazy that you did that. That's awesome. Listen, I don't.
Judge?
No.
You did. It's okay.
No.
It's
No,
okay.
I just like
Because
didn't.
you said it was cool, so do it, kids. You get Paulina to be like props. I'd be like, hell yeah.
Listen, I don't shit on anyone's grind. We've talked about it before, but whatever you have to do to get yourself somewhere, and look at you now.
Yeah.
Your podcast, Vision Maker Production,
Oh yeah.
making moves and doing the right things, So,
Trying to.
but if someone sells drugs and it's just like a bum and does not see the future and like doesn't want to invest that money into their future, then I'm like, ugh, what are you doing?
But I'll be honest, it was just weed. It wasn't like I was selling like, pills or anything like that, some crazy stuff. It was
Weed
just,
gets me fucked up sometimes.
Oh, does it? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, we have a funny story about that though. I'm looking at Aluza, like whoever she is. She thought a gummy was nothing because she
Oh God, I have a story about that too.
Everybody has a story about a gummy.
Oh my God,
She
it's
thought like popping one was nothing because I told her to break it up and she was like, okay, first one, Nothing. Okay, cool. She comes back to me like, I like another gummy. I was like, I'll take a full one this time. I was like, girl, I'm telling you right now, I took a full one and it hit me. It hit me. Like I, right now I haven't smoked in a while, but yeah. Like I can hold
Gummies
my own.
Gummies are different though.
Yeah.
Different type of high.
You can't measure it. Like smoking, you can measure that.
Yeah.
Just like I'm taking a hit too. Cool.
Yeah. That's what I do. Yeah.
Exactly. But she took this gummy, and I swear to you, she was timing it. She was in like seeing all that. Then me and Victor are working just on the computer, edits and stuff like. And then all of a sudden, like she's just there. She's what was she? She was asking some questions to us.
Yeah, we asked a question.
Yeah.
D cracks a joke.
Yeah, I just say like, what is, or like some shit like in high voice, and she's drinking water and she spits all over Victor on the computer. God. I was just like, okay, so it didn't hit you, all right? And she's still like going on, no, I think I feel it. Like, no, you feel it, girl. It's okay. It's fine. But
I melt into it's either I melt into the couch and like just chill and laugh at the whole world and room, and nothing's funny, but I'm just laughing at everything.
Yeah.
Or I get paranoid. So it depends. Again, like one time I had a full gummy. The same thing happened to me. It's like, oh, I'm not. This was the first time I was even trying that, and then nothing happened for about an hour and a half, and I'm like, oh, okay, I need another one. And then drinking also was involved, so I was just like, okay, hit me so hard, guys. I didn't know where I am. I got so fucking paranoid. I was like, get me home. I was upstate New York on a snowboarding trip, and my best friend looks at me, and I'm like, get me home. Like, I will not survive here. I couldn't find my bedroom. Like, I was just like, tripping.
That's
I was
funny. That's
dying.
funny.
Literally, it was so bad. I thought I was gonna die. Literally, and but no, it was fine afterwards. They just put me to bed, and also I do think that the effect that the weed or any drug will have on you has to do with your mentals, like your mentals. Are you happy currently? Like, are you dealing with a lot of problems, stress?
Of course.
And I was dealing with a lot of bullshit. So I think this is why I tripped out instead of having a good time. But because the next time I had a gummy, like I said before, I was just melting into the couch and I was just having like a chill night. Yeah. And also surrounding, I think it's also a big thing. Like who you're surrounded by. Do you feel safe? At least for me, I need to feel safe and secure. And then I can do that because doing a little gummy here and there is
even drinking though, that to me is 100% the same thing. It's like, because you can have a terrible drinking experience just because like you're around people that's just like
can't handle alcohol
or just you shouldn't be around those type of people. And that's why like some of the time like I've gotten a DUI. Like luckily it got lowered to what was it? Whatever the lower
Good.
of the
so it's not on your record.
Exactly, pretty much so. But because it was my first time, I was like 22 or something. I was literally like 0.001 over. It was crazy. Like the cops were like, sorry, but we gotta take you in. Which now I'm just like, yeah, probably not sorry, but whatever,
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But it made me learn that night. It was just like, I'm never going through this ever again in my life. I mean, seeing my mom in court, that was just humiliating.
Yeah,
just like,
she's probably so disappointed.
But to stay there that night, the crazy part was like, luckily the person they put me next with and that jail cell, like he just told me his story, and he was just like, this is the third time for me. I was like, Jesus Christ,
like when
bro.
are you gonna learn,
yeah,
bro?
No, you don't. Some people don't. And I think this is a good change of topic.
Okay.
Do people change?
That's a good one. Yeah. I think that people change if they want to, if they put in effort.
So only if they want to?
Okay, so sometimes we get forced to change in certain circumstances. I wouldn't say fully change, but maybe like other people can mold us into the way they want us to be, but it won't be permanent change unless you feel like this is unless you're acceptive of who your new person, like how do I explain, like who you are as a new person. So for instance, for me, I'm very adaptive and I'm very understanding. I'm very I'll go on compromise and stuff, and I understand that people are different, and especially in a relationship aspect. if it comes to a change. Like, you need to adjust certain habits in order to make a relationship work because everyone is different.
Of course.
However, do I believe that, you know, you can fully change by someone else's influence? I don't know. What do you think? It's hard for me to answer that because I don't think I would allow someone to change me unless there's really something wrong with me and I believe that something is wrong with me and I have to change.
Well, I think for me, it's personally the influence that comes into seeing that person. Like, I can say the people that I've been with, my exes, have affected me to change because of the loss of them as well. Like, I don't want to lose somebody like that ever again.
Lesson learned.
Yeah. So when that lesson got learned, I was just like, I need to personally make a change of who I am.
Because of you, but you understood it.
Yeah,
Like, on your own, you reflected and you were like, okay.
But if I was left alone, that change would have never occurred.
Right.
So to say, like, it's like the chicken or the egg.
Yeah.
You know, where it's just like, where does the influence really come from? Like, within, yes, you have to make the change, but like, it has to come from somewhere where it's just like,
I feel like it has to be like a traumatic experience for us to.
It has to be something that, like you said, traumatic, but it also has to be like either a traumatic or a giant desire when it comes down. Because like for me, it's just like, I have a desire to be with somebody that's that kind, that you know, wonderful human being.
Right.
Like, so I have to be better as a person myself.
I agree.
So I understand that, and I'm just like, okay, now I need to make that self-improvement myself. So that's why I work on working out. That's why I work on like, okay, no more drugs, no more this. No, like,
you
I
have to
focus
step
on
up to
working.
a certain level.
Exactly,
yes.
because
I
if
agree
not,
with that.
I can't match them. You know, but granted, it's also a double-edged sword because then sometimes you think like you're not worth somebody. So it comes into that, but you know, for the most part, that's where I think like, you know, the change. But Vic, what about you?
What do you think?
Yeah,
That's
good enough. Okay, let's go.
No, I think, well, one thing I think that most people struggle with. So yeah, I mean, there's a causation that could. I think that's a blend. Yeah, other people can influence that and such, but it always comes down to your personal decision. But the prerequisite to that is also like the individual's ability to omit something either doesn't work anymore or something never worked. You know, they may have developed a coping mechanism, a mask or something, and they've operated till this point until you said like a trauma or something comes in and brings this reality to their face. And now they're faced with the options like, because the change is letting go of something to replace it with something else.
Right.
So it's like you have to be okay with letting go whatever
the
that
past.
is. Whatever that is, be it that maybe you were way more boisterous before, but that deters the people you want away. So now you have to let go of that. Why were you so boisterous? Maybe because it was like that's how you hided your inconfidence or something like that. So now without that, you feel less confidence, and now you have to deal with that in a different, new way.
Right.
So I think I think that's like the biggest struggle for most people. Don't like change because to not change is like a comfort zone.
Yeah, it's
To
so
change
uncomfortable.
is like, okay, I'm taking something that I'm already used to and putting it away and going into something new. And the older you get, the harder that is sometimes to accept. But so I think, yeah, people definitely can change, but I think it's just hard for a lot of people to let go, even if they see why they want to change and have a desire and they face the challenges. The reason why they keep going through the challenges is because they're not willing to let go. So like the person who's in jail 3 times in a row is they're not willing to let go driving and asking for someone else to drive them.
They're not ready
for
to
whatever
grow.
the reason.
Yeah.
But this brings up another issue when it comes to people and their, I guess, addictions. It's just like, and I think it was beautifully said. I forgot the movie, but it was just like somebody comes up to somebody, an addict, and it's just like, okay, so what are you in here for? And it was like, oh, I'm drinking, I'm doing this and all that. No, that's what your remedy is for your bandage, as per se, versus like what is your trauma that's making you
drink.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Or
be
whatever your
addicted to
addiction.
something.
Exactly. Like what's causing this? Because if you don't solve that primal issue,
It's gonna continue happening.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
And that also comes with running away from problems and numbing the pain instead of facing it. And that's what I mean. Like some people are just not ready to grow. And, you know, they are so used to their old ways where obviously they're scared to get out of that comfort zone for the growth because it's the unknown. And I don't know if you guys know that, but our brain is programmed that way. It keeps you safe. So our brain thinks that there's no difference between reality and fiction. So for instance, going skydiving for once, it is a danger and I can potentially die, but it's not. There has to be like a major error for me to actually die skydiving. That's something I've always been scared of heights, and I've always wanted to get out of my comfort zone to actually do that. And ever since I've unlocked it, so many other things unlocked for me, and I grew as a person overall. So the comfort zone is something that our brain is programmed for. It's supposed to keep you safe. And anything that's slightly out of the comfort zone, not necessarily a death experience, it will stop you from doing it. So you almost have to ignore your brain and
unalive experience.
Yeah, alive experience.
I don't know. That might slide, but unalive experience. We're not trying to unalive our network.
Sorry. I'm learning. I'm new at this, guys. But the brain just keeps us within our comfort zone, whether it's an extreme experience that we're trying to experience or something very slight. So I think people need to really stop listening to their brain sometimes, to be honest. And because there's a lot of limited self-doubt and limited beliefs, and just generally speaking, our brain is going to stop us for greatness. So be rational, think logically, obviously, but if it's something that will help you grow and change into a person that you've always wanted to be, put that brain to the side for a second and just get out of that comfort zone. I always say that. Just go after it.
Something I'll add to that is that what I've spoken with people is like emotions are great informants, but they are not pilots.
Right.
I
love that.
When you're feeling them.
It went over me. It's okay.
When you feel
just keep going. You're in the moment. Go.
When you feel an emotion like anger or scared or this or that, it's like, okay, I'm feeling this. Why am I feeling this? Is it actually the thing that's happening right now or in front of me? Or is it triggering something? Right. Or is there something else in the environment that's actually like attacking me right now? Like you got to be able to process it logically, because sometimes, we'll lash out at the first thing in front of us once we have an emotion.
Right.
But sometimes it doesn't have to do with that. It could be a culmination of things.
Right.
It also may just be like, oh, I'm just very uncomfortable right now. And that reminded me of a few things. But that has nothing to do with what's happening right now. I should
the
move
reality.
forward.
Yeah.
That's the reality, and that's what's actually happening. But you have to self-regulate and capture these thoughts.
You have to be in tune with your emotions. And the only way to do that is through self-growth and to me, it was reading books and listening to podcasts, but not everybody's also open to it. This is what I mean. Like, you guys know me. I'm all about self-growth and self-development, but I have, in the past, had surrounded myself with people that are not really into that. And I was like, how do you want to just be comfortable? Like, I feel bad for them, but some people are just not ready for that change. And, coming back to the topic about the change, I think the only way to change who you are is when you understand why you want to change. This surrounding will affect you, obviously, but until you believe that something needs to change, no one's fully changing you. That's just me personally, my personal opinion.
Do you think death pushes you to live life fuller?
Good question. I'm not really scared of death. I think the motivation part, you need to be self-motivated to achieve anything in life. For me, maybe just an idea of tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Yeah. Pushes me to live life to the fullest. But if it's my time tomorrow, because I've been living like that, I won't regret anything, and I'll be okay to go. As long as I can hopefully say goodbye to my parents. But
I'm pretty sure you don't get that choice, unfortunately. But
or they say goodbye to me.
I feel like that. I think that would be like the worst thing ever. Like,
say goodbye to your parents.
Yeah, I mean, just like that, you're kind of dying. Like, it sort of is a blessing and a curse in itself, because you're kind of just like, you kind of know your time is like. Let's say you got cancer. Yeah. God forbid that happening.
Yeah.
But that I hear that is a terrible
way to go.
Yeah, it's just like you're kind of just there bedridden, just waiting for it to just claim you, kind of thing like that. as you're fucking
Put a
in
pillow
pain.
on my face
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah. And then you just have to pull. Like the strongest thing I've heard is somebody pulling out like just smiles while they're going, you know? I know my grandfather did that because like he didn't have cancer, but he had a drinking problem. Eventually it caught up to him. And then sad enough, we had to just say our goodbyes over the phone where, you know, he couldn't even remember who he was. But luckily one day he was able to recollect and the doctors told him, it was like, this might be the only chance you have kind of thing. Like, I imagine they told him that. So he gave us a phone call.
Oh,
And
stop.
yeah. And at that moment in time, like I just remember hearing his voice. It's just telling, you know, it's going to be okay. It's gonna be fine. Like
That's some strength.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh,
And then he
that's gonna
didn't
make me cry.
like. And like the worst part was for me, it was like he was alone. Like I hope my aunt was there, but like he was there, you know, without us. You know,
Yeah.
imagine that. Just like not even having your family right there next to you. It's just like
How old was he?
I want to say about like 86 or something
Okay,
like
so
that.
he's
He
lived
a
life.
beautiful
Yeah.
life. Like
I
granted
love that.
like my grandma was just like, if I knew he was a drunk, I wouldn't have married him. Like,
Aw.
but like, you know, the experience. Well, not the experience, but like the life that was lived, you know, brought us all here, and just
Right.
it was he was an incredible person.
But see, that's what I mean by living life to the fullest. You want to do that because you never know when you're gonna go.
Yeah.
And I really try. I'm a big advocate for exploring as much as, you know, saving and having a legitimate job and being on the right track in life, but also just letting loose a little bit and having that balance where if I see an offer to go to Mexico tomorrow and the flight is $150, I'm going. I'll make sure that, you know, work can wait. Like, at least in my life, I've created such a flexible work and life balance where I am able to do that, but I'm able to do this because I was going back to the topic about growth and change. I had enough confidence in myself and where I was heading, where I was like, enough, something has to change in order for me to have the life that I want. So it comes down to reflection and, you know, analyzing like what works, what doesn't, and we need to make that change. If it comes to how do you call it? Not the D word that we were just.
No, you can say death. I think death is alive.
Okay.
Actually.
Yeah, because it could be like a positive conversation about that. I'm not scared of death. I think that because I live, my intentions are always pure in everything I do, and because I tend to, you know, experience a lot in life. I do believe money come and go, but yet I will always have the money. So I'm not gonna work my ass off and never go and experience the world. I think I'll be good when it's my time. I don't think a lot of people can say
So
that.
you never had a death scare?
I mean, I had a death scare on the jet ski once.
Okay. What would happen?
It pretty much, I was going pretty fast. I'm a speed devil. It's bad. It's almost like I'm asking for it. You know, it's like the adrenaline rush. I'm like, yeah, today is the day. If I die, at least I did something fun. Who thinks that way? Anyway.
I'm sure a lot of people.
I'm just like, you know what?
That's their day.
If today is the day, at least I'm not going to like, you know, she didn't die because she got hit by a bus. I died because I was a crazy bitch on the fucking Peconic Bay, fully sending it 72 miles an hour on the jet ski. So yeah, pretty much it flipped me and the jet ski went over me. But like it would have been bad. If it hit me, I would have been dead. But it was like this. I don't know how many feet is that. You know, centimeters and meters in Europe. I still can't adjust. But it was a close interaction almost, I would say, with the jet ski. And then one time, so that was a jet ski. And then I had one more time. Skiing. So I was on a double black diamond, East Coast, super icy conditions. And yeah, I couldn't stop.
Oh.
I could not stop.
Did you almost go off a cliff?
No, there was no cliff, but it was the elevation was like a wall, literally. Maybe not like a wall, but it was pretty steep even for advanced skier. And because of the icy conditions, I was like, oh my God, there's no grip on the surface. Like I couldn't fucking slow down. I must have been going like over 60 miles an hour because I looked at my app. There's like this app called Slopes. What?
You gonna die.
Yeah, no, it just said like I was at, I'm pretty sure I almost was at 60 miles an hour, and I've never been
Done that fast.
Like my typical would be like, highest 45, 50 maybe. That's so much more, 10 miles an hour on skis. Like that's insane. And I just remember praying for my life. I was like, there's trees everywhere. There's cliff next door. Like literally, I could literally just die right in there. And God was on my side, thank God. But that was like the two things
like
where I was scared.
The only time I pray to God to let me live is like when I'm taking a bad shit. I was like, yo, I don't know what's happening. I'm gonna die.
That sure hurts sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I would die too if I have to. Like if I
like it's just like there's something going on and you don't even know. It's just internal, but you feel it. Yeah,
or something.
Oh my God, you feel it, and you're just like,
so
why?
bad.
Like you pray to God, like I will go to church every weekend.
Just let me survive.
Yeah, just no more throwing up, please. Like,
oh my God, I hate throwing up. First of all, I will stop myself every time if I have to.
Really?
I can't.
No, I throw up immediately because I know like it's better to just throw up quickly.
But I can't. Yeah. I can't. I don't mind shitting myself, literally having diarrhea. If it comes to throw up, I can't do the throw up. I can't. Last time that I threw up, I must have been like 21, which was 8 years ago.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I have not threw up.
You are so old.
I know. Can we not talk about this? Baby's marriage, not here. Shit. It stresses me out every day. But no, food poisoning and like anything with stomach, I fainted multiple times from that. So
you never been to the ER or anything like that?
No.
Emergency surgery?
No, I guess I have good bones. So I didn't crack nothing ever.
You've just been lucky. Like, there's my sister, when she was younger, she just had bad luck. She'd been to the ER like multiple times. Just unlucky things, that happened to her. Broken bone or something like that. And
I used to climb trees when I was little. And I fell so many times, and I'm still here. Exactly. Thank God.
The most dangerous things for kids is water. It's like they drown. Like
because they drink too much.
No, they
or like what do you mean? Like
they drown in water. They drink too much.
I'm like water. Like what do you mean? Oh, like jump in the lake?
Well, even like literally, like you have ever seen Ray the movie?
No.
It's about Ray Charles.
Okay.
Jamie Foxx played in it, but his younger brother, in the movie, Ray Charles, basically he drowned in just a bucket.
Oh, you're talking about, okay. Yeah. Because I've heard of like water drowning. You can drown by just drinking too much water.
Yeah,
so that's why I was like
but
confused.
But not that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He drowned right there. Just like
pools. A lot of people have pools. Exactly. So you got to be careful with the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to like net that. But that's one of the most dangerous ways for kids. Young kids die through water.
Wow. Yeah, because kids fall, trip, and do all that stuff,
and
hit
they don't
their
know
head,
how
and
to
they
swim,
don't.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just comes and goes and like that.
But that kid on swimming lessons.
Yeah, my mom did the same thing. But Vic, how about you? Any near-death experiences?
I mean, outside of a couple crazy car accidents that I've been in, I think one actually. Now that I was thinking about it, you've reminded me of one that I think was actually a near-death experience.
Okay.
When I was at the beach, and rip currents were coming through.
Oh, wait.
Ooh.
I was out.
I forgot about one of those.
Kids.
I was out to swimming and stuff, and I wanted to go just like ride some of the waves in body surf, but it was like you're not going straight because the rip current's going parallel to the beach.
Of course.
So I remember like one wave knocked me around a little bit, and I'm trying to get up, right? And I'm like, oh shoot! I was like, okay, I need to swim, but I'm not swimming straight. And I went over rip currents. You have to swim at like an angle.
Yeah.
So I started doing that, and then I started to feel faint as I was swimming.
Ooh.
Scary.
So I was like, okay.
So you felt Jesus right next to you.
So,
did you see the light?
The only thing I could think in my head was like, okay, I'm just gotta keep going. Pace myself, until I can get in, and then and slowly but surely, I did get in. Thank God. Again, kept me going. But I remember that, and then I remember just getting to the beach. I'm like, and Ilusa was on the beach. She's just.
She's just waving. He's having so much fun right now.
Like, look at my hubby having a blast over there.
I ended up like 30 feet down the beach a little bit at this point. And I remember just getting out on the coast, and there was like a bunch of people there. I knew like if a last ditch, I would yell or something like that. Like if I knew it was like I'm not moving anymore. But I remember just sitting down and just being like, like having to like
What the hell happened?
yeah, I was
Yeah,
like
right?
that was a
Yeah.
I was like it was
That's scary.
because the rip current really makes you work for it. It's like
Oh,
and
of
I'm
You
a
have to go
swimmer. I used to be
sideways.
on a swim team and everything.
Oh
So it's
wow,
like
that's
but
even scarier.
so but I haven't I would
saying,
say
like,
I
for me.
haven't practiced swimming in a while. But like
Yeah,
still, it was like it took a lot of me. I think it probably had to do more with like the waves knocking me around at first. Probably didn't give me a great starting point.
wow,
But yeah, that was a moment. Now thinking back when you said that, I was
that's
like,
scary.
yeah, that probably if at any point I fainted or anything like that, that would have
You'll
been
be
it.
done.
It was
So
strong waves there.
I have a story about that too. So in Poland we have Baltic Sea. So for those of you who don't know the difference between ocean and sea, sea is a smaller tank of water. It's still attached to the ocean, but the waves are smaller. And I would say it's between an ocean and a bay.
Okay.
So you get like bigger waves than the bay, but smaller waves
yeah.
than the ocean. And when I originally had moved to Long Island and I went, swimming because I loved swimming. I'm such a water baby. I've always, I would sit in the water as a kid until I have purple lips, just hours. And the freaking wave here hit me so hard that I was under the water for at least 25 seconds. I couldn't get out. Like it tumbled me. I was scratched up by the sand. It was by the shore, but it was just so bad. I was so traumatized. I think I didn't go in a water for like a month and a half the next season because I was terrified that it was gonna hit me. So now I've learned you can't run away from the wave. You kind of have to go under and just like pray for yourself. But yeah, that was scary. I thought I was gonna drown. And I don't know about you guys. That's another topic. What's like the scariest way of dying for you?
I'll tell you the funniest, scariest way I almost died.
Oh yeah, we need to touch base on
that's
this.
Derlis. Can't leave Derlis out of
Exactly.
this.
Everybody skips me. It's okay. It's all about Victor and Paulina now, It's the Victor Paulina show now.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. This took place in probably in wintertime when I was still in Five Towns College out there. And then I was just driving some of my friends. And they were all black. Why is this important? Well, their faces. You'll know when you know. It's just like I was driving them back, and then all of a sudden my car got caught up and it started sliding. And so we started sliding, and all their faces was filled with terror, while mine was just laughing like Satan, just like, get ready, guys, it's over. And I was just
Crazy,
and I was
motherfucker.
just so happy that I smiled because that's the way I want to go. If I have to go out anyway, it's laughing and smiling and just like, yep, fuck it. It was a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So
but what would be like the scariest way to go for you?
The scariest way, I thought either shark, being mauled by something death-wise, or probably cancer. I would hate to have cancer. Just knowing like you're just going to be in pain and it's going to suck and everybody's going to feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Like, it's
How about
terrible.
like a sudden death?
Oh, like what's that movie?
Which one? Like Final Destination.
There you go.
Oh,
See,
yeah,
he's
it's
finally
so
starting to get it. Yeah, just like as I'm driving through and I see some logs, everybody's always just like, "Yeah, it's that time." Or like an airplane. I would hope that like if it's an explosion, at least it's quick.
Quick, because you burn
like
quick,
so.
yeah.
I would hope that that's quick and then it's over with, and then you're just like you don't know any better.
Yeah.
Like it's done. Like even a bullet to the head, it's at least quick. Like
Right, you're not gonna feel it.
yeah, like getting I hear getting stabbed, bleeding out,
That sucks.
being set on fire, terrible
Yeah.
because you're just feeling the
'Cause you're just
pain.
burning the
yeah,
whole time,
and then
yeah.
you can't like
See,
it
I
doesn't
could never
succumb.
do the fire,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like you literally have to go through that.
Yeah.
And that's just a terrible death.
For a second, for me, it was drowning.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, like if you're just drowning because you like out of breath,
Yeah.
it's not. I want to say peaceful, but like
Yeah.
it's not peaceful. You're dying, but it's peaceful because you're under the water.
Yeah, you kind of just fall asleep.
But the
kind of
fire,
thing.
I could never. Oh
Yeah.
my God! Like if I had to choose them, drown me. I was just like,
Yeah.
do not
Yeah.
put me near the fire. No, because
But-
it's traumatizing. It's
yeah.
so like, I don't know. It just
But
hurts.
best ways
Yeah.
through sex. I think it'll be fun. At least like you're enjoying yourself. Not like my dick breaking, but more just like it's just
Can't
like
break. This shit can't break.
Yeah, it can break.
It can?
It can break. Yes. Yes, Paulina, please be careful.
It's a fucking
Like, you're too
muscle.
thick. Yeah, exactly. It's absolutely.
They're with a ton of tendons.
Yeah.
Which can all snap.
I had no clue.
And
That's
then
so
you
funny.
can recover it, but it'll never be fully recovered the way it used to be. So, gentlemen, be careful out
Yeah,
there.
be careful
yeah.
sticking those thick places,
And
you know?
thick places. Yeah, but yeah, thickums, they'll destroy you. But yeah, quick snap, like, that's it. That's all it takes. Is just like, and then you're done. It's over for you.
How would you even die from sex heart attack? Most likely, no?
Yeah, that's one way.
It's like you're out of breath.
I've actually heard of people dying that way.
Do you guys remember that show, 1,000 Ways to Die?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
There was an episode where a guy got suffocated to death after
By the thunder thighs?
not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Bring it on, baby.
It was just unfortunately a very plus size. They fell asleep and on his face though,
Oh,
because
she
they were
fell
both
asleep?
drinking. They were both like super drunk.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, that
So
actually.
he passed out, and she passed out, but it covered him, and
I'm sorry, I'm waking
He
up if you're trying
suffocated.
to if I can't breathe, I'm waking up.
he had no strength. He didn't have enough strength.
You know how great that would be,
That's
though, for
wild.
you to be like, my pussy kills. It's like, yeah.
That's a
Like,
killer pussy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if she choked on this dick till she died, he'll be like, oh my God, my dick is amazing. It's just like, yeah. But that's just me. I don't know. Like,
Rip her throat.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
gosh. That's bad.
well, apparently I hear you can actually bleed from your throat.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I didn't know about that.
I mean, it never
like-
happened to me. Hopefully, it
Yeah.
never will. But
Yeah, but I just don't understand that. Where I'm just like, I don't even understand blowjobs in the sense of deep throating, because I'd be like, I gag just putting a toothbrush, just like I don't like props to you women.
some girls practice that thing, But
Really?
if you have a gag reflex, you're probably never going to be able to deep throat.
No, I feel like
Because
I
it's
thought
like-
everybody has them, but like a buddy of mine. told me-
I did.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, now we know. Now we know. Okay.
Nothing grosses me out, first of all. So like nothing
then-
grosses me
oh,
out. So I don't
really?
have like a gag. Like if
Really?
I look at blood or like
Not even a smell.
no,
Really?
Really?
I don't get grossed out.
Vic, what's the worst smell you've smelled? Because you obviously thought of something right there.
Well, I mean,
You just-
anytime I'm like, I smell puke or something,
Oh, it
like
doesn't
that,
bother me.
immediately.
See, nope, doesn't like it's not something I want to
Pleasant,
smell.
yeah.
It's not pleasant, but
Yeah.
it does not bother me at all.
Yeah.
Maybe because I babysat for so many years, and like I get a child's shit is different than a grown up
Oh, of
shit,
course.
but at the same time, I've changed so many diapers. I've had kids puke on me, like
Oh,
shit on me, piss on me, like it does not bother me at all.
See, I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking more of just like you see guts and stuff like that, like in the
I have
ER.
not experienced that. So
Yeah, so I feel like I would just pass out. I'd be like, oh,
I would most likely pass
yeah.
out sooner than have gag reflex.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like they showed this more in movies now. That when people see like someone get killed for the first time or something, like usually one of their first responses is puke.
I can
Like after
understand
they
that.
Really?
like after they get past the shock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like they see that all of a sudden it's like they're calming down for a second, all of a sudden, and then they
Wow.
go for it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I think I would faint.
Could you ever off somebody? Remember, off. Don't say other words.
I thought that's different
Wait,
one.
I'm like,
Yeah,
wait,
you're
which
right.
one? Which one? Because I'm not getting the hint. Oh, okay, got it. Would I ever?
I feel like anybody could, but I'm just saying, like, because I know I talked to Victor about this, and like he seemed a little like, oh, I don't think I could.
I mean, I feel like very
Depends on
specific
the-
circumstances.
Right,
If,
right.
Like,
Yeah.
if there was like some form
Money?
of ultimatum.
Like,
No, like
If it's a
like,
danger,
yeah, it's like to myself or to someone that I really
care
truly care
enough,
about.
yeah.
Like, and it's
then
like,
you're pulling.
there's no
pulling
way
the
out
thing.
of it, so you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
you know.
but you have to do it in a gruesome way, not in the simple.
What
like,
is this saw?
Yeah, no.
Like,
I'm
you have
just
to do it
saying,
in a
I'm just saying,
torture
like,
someone so
I'm
you
just
can
saying,
live?
Like, if you had to do it with your bare hands, it's just like I'm gonna do it. Like you have to like go through their eyes, kind of thing, like that.
I
Oh,
will
you
say
really
this,
need to
if
hate
I'm,
somebody.
If I'm
well, no, I'm just
cornered-
saying like somebody's
if I'm
coming after
cornered
you.
and it's like me
Yeah,
or the other
exactly.
guy,
Oh,
I
yeah,
will do
you're-
whatever is necessary.
Yeah,
I will
exactly.
say that.
Yeah.
It's a self defense at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah.
I've
definitely-
had thoughts of doing that
Oh, okay.
to people,
I think
but
that's normal.
Yeah.
I think that's normal. Yeah.
when you push me to those crazy states of mind,
Call fucking 911 right now.
Listen, every girl is crazy when you push her to that level.
That time on the mouth, oh fellows.
No, it's not even that time. Guys, just for the
kidding.
record, it's not when you're on the period. It's like a couple days before the period. That's when you're
I never
fucking
understood.
fear for your
Facts.
life.
Yeah.
Fear for your life.
Yeah.
No, I just get very like emotional, and I'm actually cute when I'm on my period. I just want more attention. So if you're someone that doesn't like to give that, then you might get annoyed. But I just want like extra hugs and extra forehead kisses. You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
is it forehead kids the best thing ever?
They're great.
I can't believe we're going from to forehead kisses.
But
Yeah.
answering, I don't think I could kill somebody.
I feel like that's the best way to insult a person, though.
Yeah.
Just like if I'm fighting them, it's just like, "Mwah." Just like, let's go.
If I'm angry at you and I'm coming after you and you grab my face and give me a forehead kiss, and
you kind of just like, what just happened?
yeah, I'll be like, I was ready to throw hands,
Yeah, like-
and then I'm like,
Yeah.
that was so cute. It's so easy to break me though.
I love giving forehead kisses to girls.
See, but
to,
sometimes
my
guys,
girlfriend.
so like forehead kisses are very important.
Yes,
especially,
yes.
and we as women, we take them seriously.
Mm.
So if you're just hooking up with a girl and you don't have intentions of being with her, do not kiss her in her forehead, because if you do, she's gonna think you're in love with her and that you guys are gonna be together. Just generally speaking, I know that because I've talked to many women about that.
Yes. Like write
Notes, take
notes.
Don't give her a forehead kiss if you're not planning on continuing or like getting more.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like I've only done that to like special girls.
Yeah. I think
I
it's
like
great.
their faces, but they hate that, and
Oh,
I love
that.
I love doing that.
I love
too.
all the weird shit.
Yeah,
like I would
exactly.
like stick my tongue in your nose.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do like to smell. Like I have a thing for scent.
Yeah.
So we've talked about
Yeah,
pheromones
yeah,
and
of
stuff,
course.
but I do like that. And
topic. No,
it's
I'm just
crazy
kidding.
because one of the exes that I've been with,
Don't say the name this time.
right.
Sir.
Yeah, I know. But it was like, why are you sniffing me? I'm like, because it's like, I didn't even have an answer for him. Like, it's just part of like love. I don't know. Like, I just want to smell you. It makes me feel safe. It makes me feel like you're my person. I don't know how to explain it, but I
Vic,
love smelling.
I gotta ask you, do you have any special things that, like, obviously, as much as you can give us with your wife? Yeah.
I guess like as little physical gestures.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a forehead kiss or something like that, or something that's like sentimental or like.
I grab booty sometimes. That's good.
No, yeah, that's a given.
No, but I grab the booty
Yeah.
too.
She grabs the booty.
No. She
Little
does too.
finger in there.
See, girls love that. I hate nobody ever tells me that as a woman you're not gonna grab a man's ass. It's the favorite part of the body for me, literally, because it's just funny. You guys have funny butts. It's like it's like square shaped. It's just funny.
I've seen some dudes with bubble butts though.
No bubble butt, but it's still square shaped.
No, I've seen some bubble butts. Like
What I'm saying is like square shape when you're looking straight at someone, not sideways. Like when you're looking straight at them, the hip is square because you guys don't have hips.
Yeah, our hips don't do this.
Yeah, no, exactly. So this is what's funny, but like when you turn it to the side, then bubble butt is a thing. Oh no, I've seen that myself. It's ridiculous. That a guy can even have bigger butt than a woman. It's crazy. But anyway, continue. So what's your like touchy little things?
Yeah.
Relationship.
Nibbling on the ear.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
I
that.
put my tongue in their ear. You know?
Oh yeah, I do weird. That's my love language too.
Yeah.
I do weird
Breathe-
shit, and
breathe
they
in
look
the
at me.
ear.
They're like,
Yeah.
"What's wrong with you?" But then I kind of like it.
Yeah. One thing also I like is just like running my hand through her hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like through the hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Just
Can we?
that petty.
I will give you guys advice. Well, you're married, so never mind. But if you have
Do it anyways.
sex or like you're in whatever you have sex with somebody and you want to wrap through their run your fingers through their hair. If it's curly hair, do not do that. Please don't do it.
Oh.
It's
Sure.
the worst. You just like mess up the whole curly situation. And I spent an hour and a half to do my hair. So when someone runs it, I'm like, ugh.
You know what's funny?
Stop it,
Because I have really thick hair.
Yeah.
If I were to grow this out, it would get curlier and curlier.
Oh yeah,
So I hate when anyone puts their hands through my hair.
yeah.
So it's funny because she has straighter, more
Right,
wavy
it's
hair,
easy,
so
it's,
it
like, smooth.
flows through. It's nice and soft. But like with my hair, I was like, touch it because the second you move it, it's like now my whole scalp's on fire because it doesn't like.
No, and the hair is all knotty and stuff. I'm not saying I love when people touch my scalp, so you can just like put your hand in the scalp and rub it like that, but don't run your fingers through the curls because that's gonna piss her off. Just like a little tip. But
I like pissing girls off though. That's the thing.
Oh my god!
You might have just ammunition for him right now.
He's just.
I really do. I mean, it's the best
I have
thing
a good
in the world.
story when I was like,
Yeah.
spend an hour and a half getting ready for dinner, and and my hair's popping. It's so great, and then I'm looking at this guy, and I'm like, whatever we do tonight, make sure you don't fuck up my hair. He goes, okay.
Fuck up that hair.
My man, this is like a movie-worthy story. He's an asshole, but that moment I will never forget. So, it was like one of the first times, and we're in a hotel room, and I get to the bathroom, and I'm starting to like remove my makeup and stuff, and I'm like, ugh, I know we have to go to bed, but like I want to shower with you soon. And he looks at me, he's like, let's shower now, and I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, picks me up in my clothes, fully dressed, fucking makeup on, hair perfect, starts on the shower, and just the rest is history. But that was the only time I would forgive a man to mess up my hair. You need to be creative. If I'm spending an hour and a half doing my hair, you can mess it up, but it has to be like a movie scene, just like that. And it was amazing. But yeah, don't mess up the hair too much.
So that's your one. You can't touch this. Okay.
No, you can. I'm not weird. I like the touch.
Are weird.
Yeah, no, I am a little weird.
Yeah,
but if it comes to touching is my love language. So you can touch me everywhere you want. So.
So that's your love language? I feel like everybody just goes to, I like feeling. And I'm just like, I think everybody does. So.
I guess it depends if you're using the actual 5 love languages.
Right.
So what
everybody is a blend. I feel like everyone should have. It's a blend of everything. Yes, exactly.
Like for me, it's like an even pair of quality time and physical touch.
Same. Me and Victor are just very similar. I love this.
No, I feel like you are the same as everybody else in the world. Like, I don't know anybody
I'm sorry for being boring.
No, I'm just saying, I don't know anybody that's ever answered, I really just like gifts. That's me.
The guy that lifted me up in the shower, gifts. Everything was gifts to the point where like he would gift me because this is what the disconnect was. You can't treat someone with your own love language. You need to learn their love language.
Talk about that. There you go.
Yeah. So
don't break the mirror.
Almost like Italian. I need to hold something he loved to gift me, like give me gifts, right?
Okay.
But then he expected the same, and I'm like, bro, that's not like. And it was just the way he addressed it. It was almost like super dramatic and super aggressive, and I was just like, oh, that's your love language? I thought you're just like sending me love letters because you're being romantic. So let's have that conversation. If that's your love language, you need to communicate that with me, or at least like show it to me. I don't know even how to go about it, but you know what I mean? Like,
but there's
Blah, 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 blah,
This is the Derlis and Paulina show. Shut up, Victor. All right? Shut up.
No. So mean. Love you, Vic.
Yeah, exactly. Love you, Vic. But the one thing though that I didn't, one of the things that I did notice is when you just said that is a lot of men don't know how to express themselves except through anger, because they don't, even through sadness, they only know how to push anger out because sadness is not a skill that men are presented with.
Because society has taught you guys that sadness is something bad. It's weak. Or like, you're emotional. Yeah. No, you're supposed to be a tough dude. Yeah. I hate that. I wish that never happened to you guys.
When you say that though, it's society. So it's not just men that are applying this. It's also women that apply this. So men can't have a colorful arrangement of feelings, and emotions.
I think back then there was obviously roles, right? Woman stays in the house, and the feminine part of her is to be nurturing, to be empathetic, and to raise the kids and give that love. And then the man is strong.
Yeah,
He's aggressive in like not the bad ways, but just like makes decisions, makes the money moves and all that stuff. So back then, yes, society created it, but it was like when you say like women and men, it's both of our fault at the end of the day. But now I've started to notice that things are looking brighter, which is great. I think a lot of women have more voice nowadays. And, for instance, for me in relationship, my goal is to bring out the soft spots of a man. I want you to come home from a stressful day at work and I want you to give me a hug and all your problems disappear. And I want to create an environment when you are safe with expressing yourself and your emotions, where I'm never going to throw in your face, oh, that's weak. Why are you crying? But that also comes with, getting to know someone before getting in a relationship with them. If you have a woman that's very judgmental, she's probably not for you. It also comes down to how you were raised in the past, what values and your parents have passed to you and
of course
onto you. I mean, but I think it is the most beautiful thing to see a man cry, good and bad, right? Because that's when you feel comfortable with somebody and you feel like you can open up to that person. So I don't want to see men like it bothers my soul that there are men that they cannot express themselves. And the anger situation, I've experienced it myself with plenty of relationships I've been in. And it sucks because I know you're hurting, but you're being aggressive and that's not going to get you nowhere. I'm definitely not going to listen if you're aggressive towards me.
But that's the beauty of like understanding how to deal with children too.
Yeah.
Like because then let them express themselves in the correct way. But yeah, I mean,
parenting is huge there.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, how to teach an adult, it's harder than to teach a child.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm grateful for my parents. They've always been very welcoming if it comes to communication and just expressing myself. My mom has never she's never ignored my problems, even if she thought it's a silly problem. She always was like, oh, let's talk about it, and she's always put it in perspective for me. Hey, let's put ourselves in that person's shoes. Maybe that person is hurting. Maybe his mom doesn't love him and this is why he's bullying you or she's bullying you. So I have the ability to put myself in other people's shoes because of my parents. So now it's harder for if you don't have two parents or even one, like, it depends on how you are brought up. But when you're an adult, it's definitely harder to learn how to have that ability. And instead of showing the emotion through anger, kind of like understanding why am I angry right now? Just what we talked earlier with emotion, being in tune with your emotions. It's really hard, but it's doable because you can change if you really want to. Like
full circle. There it is.
We love that.
Yeah.
But the anger thing, I've always wondered, why do you guys feel like you can't just say how it is? Because it hurts me, for instance, when I know that someone is upset with me and in my head I didn't do anything wrong, but in their head I hurt them somehow, and there's no communication.
So don't gaslight them. Yeah.
No, I will like I want to have a conversation, but then if you
course.
get angry at me and start cursing me out and calling me names, I'm definitely not listening. Not to be petty, it's just like my brain shuts off, and it could be a trauma response because I've gone through some mental abuse in the past, and the second someone raises their voice at me, I can't even answer you. I'm literally frozen. So the anger thing never worked for me if it comes to relationships with men. And I really hope and wish that a lot more men were able to express themselves. But that also comes with the environment you were in,
I think we're gaining better traction into that world,
Good.
But, it's going to take time still.
Right.
And because there's a lot of broken people and you can't fix everything. I do wonder if there's ever going to be not a perfect society, but a better society. And sometimes we are, but then I look at other places in the world, case in point, India. And ladies and gentlemen, that place is, ladies, don't go there. Don't go
No.
there. Yeah, that is not.
Not the place to be right now.
No, it is not. Unfortunately, it's a very dangerous place, even around the world. Tell me about your experiences around the world. As a pretty woman. Don't you goddamn sing that song, Victor! I swear to God, chair.
Chair, give me the chair.
Give me the chair.
Poor Victor. I'm gonna protect you. Don't worry. We're not throwing chairs at Vic.
Everybody always protects somebody from me. I was just like, no, you can't protect them. It's over for them.
Oh gosh. So far so good. The experiences. I mean, I've had two pretty traumatic situations abroad.
Yes.
One in DR, Dominican Republic, and one in Jamaica. But I also was with another woman. I did not have a male figure with me, and I feel like if I did, things would be different. But
of course,
there was a situation where I was in DR once, and I was staying in one resort, and there was a sister resort not so far away. And they were doing like timeshares, and we were gonna check out that resort, and there was like a free excursion that would come with it.
Yeah.
Just for us going to the sister resort, they would give us a free excursion. I was like, whatever, let's go.
That's how they always get you.
Yeah. So we got into a taxi that was supposed to be like a credible.
Yeah.
Credible taxi driver, and I don't speak Spanish, which that's one of my goals for this year to start learning. But none of us spoke
Let me help
Spanish.
You. Papi. Yeah.
Chulo.
There you go. See? Yeah.
So we got into that taxi, and this guy, and we're going through a forest, I remember, and he all of a sudden stops. I guess he was listening to me and my, at the time, ex, the girl that I was with. We were talking about like, we're hungry, we need to eat something eventually. Yeah. And he's like, oh, you guys are hungry? And then he stops in the middle of the forest, and he like is sketchy, like super weird. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna go in the trunk and like go and get something. I'm like, bro, you're not getting out of that car, out of the driver's seat. I started like freaking out because literally he was just scared. He was giving me such sketchy vibes. And then I see him turning around and trying to take us.
Death experience right here.
Yeah, no, seriously, like just sketchy vibes. I can't even explain it. You guys would have to see it. But he all of a sudden starts turning around, trying to take us to eat somewhere. And I just remember my ex screaming on top of her lungs just so she can scare the shit out of him. So he takes us to the sister property. And then, he was like, he got scared, you could tell. But it was just, I knew something was going to happen if she didn't start screaming, honestly. And then he gets us finally to the resort, and Crystal just blurred out the name. My ex just gets out of the car and starts screaming at every manager in that property, and then we ended up getting the full trip sponsored. So,
nice.
It was but I almost freaking died there. So
sorry, ladies. I probably should say
do not
that.
Do that. Yeah, don't recommend. And then the other time, in Jamaica, it was kind of my fault. I stepped out of the resort with one of my Polish girlfriends who has curves too. So we went to the club just to dance, and we were in a situation where it was two white girls, and then majority of people were just staring at us because we had big boobs. Yeah, we were just a target in the way because if I was skinny and tall, they wouldn't be interested, but obviously curvy,
like Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was more so of a target by other women than men, because men were staring at me, and that man was with a woman, and then it just caused locomotion. It caused a lot of drama. So I just looked around. I remember looking around and trying to leave the club, and I got stopped. So, it was a situation where oh my God, what the fuck do I do? So they were trying to get us in the taxi driver again, and the guy was just literally gonna fucking take us somewhere. And I thank God, I was so naive because I was so young. And my friend that I was with, she's like, Paulina, we're not getting into that fucking taxi. I was like, what do you mean? It's just a taxi. So yeah, I would have not been here if she hadn't stopped me from getting to that taxi. But we almost got jumped and pretty much kidnapped. So that was two most traumatic experiences as a pretty lady. I haven't had scary moments in America, thank God, or Europe. But I also haven't been traveling alone a lot, which is something I really want to start doing. But obviously, you have to be cautious and smart about it. But yeah, there's definitely evil people there.
But I gotta say, it's a shame for women that they have to experience that.
Yeah.
That they can't go places alone by themselves.
Right.
You know, like you almost have a curfew in certain places. It's
Right.
just like,
You
after
have
the
to
sun
always-
goes down, like, I'm staying in.
Right.
It's just like, unless I'm going with another man. Like,
And you know what sucks is that sometimes I want to go somewhere, even skiing, and I choose not to be like by myself. I mean, let's say no one can, and I'm just not gonna go, and it's a bummer because I would love to go by myself, but again, I'm just scared overall.
I mean, I'm afraid of Yetis. So yeah, I honestly think they're real. Like, I don't care what it is.
That's so
Like,
funny.
if I got in a
I think
cabin,
aliens are real too.
Oh really?
But they're they're in us. Like they're walking on this planet. Like they're
Oh no,
in
they're
a
in
human
Mexico
like
coming over. No, but
there is some aliens out here for sure.
you think so? Is that your conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
Like what, Men in Black kind of thing?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe not necessarily Men in Black, but I think that
How about Ghost?
I felt energy once. I did not see a ghost, but I felt the touch. I don't know if it was my grandma that passed away. I don't know, but so that could be your answer, like a ghost. But I've never seen a ghost like physically, but I felt weird shit around me for sure.
Like, what did it feel like? Cold or?
So it was kind of scary because it was a nightmare where I was like,
Wait. It was a nightmare?
so it was a nightmare, and then I woke up and then I felt the touch.
Oh.
So it was it was almost like a part of the nightmare, but I remember being like awake because I was just fucking terrified. I was like, holy shit, what just happened? I was like breathing so heavily. I was crying. It was a terrible nightmare. And then my grandma, I believe it's my grandma, she just touched me, and it kind of like all the tears and the fear just went away. But it was like a colder touch, which you wouldn't think it would be like comforting, but it was freaking weird. And then my mom also has told me stories after her mom passed away. My grandma, I never met my grandma, by the way.
Oh, okay.
My mom was 16 when her mom passed away, and after passing, you know, she experienced a couple of like ghost moments where she saw her somewhere. But I don't know if it's fully true, obviously, but I do believe in energies, you know that.
Yeah.
And I think that people that had passed away and they didn't complete their mission on Earth, they are around us. They did not fully disappear, you know?
Well, I feel like then you'll be a ghost for sure. You.
I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Vic, how about you? Ghost? Yes
Yeah.
or no?
Yeah, I fully believe in like a spirit world and
Yeah.
like demonics and those things. I feel because-
Demonics, is that separate from ghosts though?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like so what I would say I believe and kind of goes in with a lot of faith is that like and scientifically is like there's alternate dimensions. You know, we already know there's like 10 dimensions. We only perceive 3.
Yeah.
That there's
How do we know there's 10 dimensions?
scientists ask
Yeah.
them how they could
Scientists.
I'm not going to pretend that I know,
That you know anything.
the science behind
Fair
that.
enough. Fair
But
enough.
but there's so I believe there's definitely dimensions where there's energies can flow in that
Right.
spiritual world. So and then it just bodes the reason there's also entities that fully live in that as demonics, angels, whatever we want to call them. And because I've had strange personal experiences and also
Go ahead.
just
Name
like,
them. Tell us a story.
I think the most surreal one that freaked the heck out of me and a friend is we were at the cemetery, of course, and
Sketch.
we
Those
saw
places freak me out.
we saw this. I want to say an old lady with a little baby carriage type of thing walk past us. Didn't think nothing of it, right?
Oh my God, stop.
And then
No,
I
no,
just
no,
got
keep
the
going.
weirdest
great
chill
story.
and just like the tension. Like you feel tension in the air. That's just
Yeah.
like the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, you always get that feeling like you're being watched. So I'm like, I start getting like my head's on a swivel. And I
Yeah.
remember looking back and she's at like towards the end of the road, like into the cemetery.
Yeah.
And I just remember her head kind of got fuzzy and it looked like she was looking towards us. But like her body never changed direction.
Stop.
And then fuzzy looked forward.
I'm freaked
It
out.
was like
That's a
a,
clip
it
right
was like
there,
a
just
half
like-
second. And I remember seeing that and like this middle of the day, I freaked.
You
And
probably
for me,
froze.
it freaked. No, I freaked and ran. I was like, "We're going.
I'll be
We are
frozen.
out.
Yeah.
We are out of here." But yeah,
I have goosebumps.
but I've had that was the most realistic. That was like the most like realistic crazy thing. I don't know like what kind of tricks could have happened there, but I do fully believe like, and also it's like
Spiritual
when you
life.
have so much history that lines up with the same storyline across civilizations that never met, like I might be like that guy on the memes, but
Yeah.
like,
I believe in that.
I believe that like we don't fully understand it to an even degree, but it doesn't mean that we don't know it exists
Right.
and that there is things happening on other planes that
Yeah.
can interact with ours.
Yeah.
But we just can't perceive it properly.
Fair
Right.
enough. Fair enough.
What do you
like,
think?
Well, I do know that bees see about, what is it, like 200 more colors or like some crazy amount of colors than we can possibly see. Like we just see 8 colors. They see
Yeah.
like so many more. And it's just like, I agree with Victor on like the planes and everything like that. I do believe in ghosts. I do think that there's something out there as far as like, what happens next after you die. I do think like your consciousness does, or your energy does go somewhere.
Somewhere. Mhm.
Yeah, like because I just believe too much on Albert Einstein's theory of relativity of just like energy doesn't die out. So just to think of like, that you just pass and that's it. I don't think so. But have you ever seen Enter the Void?
No.
Oh, that movie would freak you out.
Really?
And
I
not
need to
in,
see
in,
it.
in not in the like it's a horror movie way, but just it's a trippy movie because this guy's like taking drugs and basically gets offed. And in it, like you see his body warp out, and then you
my
see
God.
his whole trip of like just he goes around, sees the world, and kind of
wow.
just experiences everything, and it's a beautiful movie.
I need to see
Beautiful,
it for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
I also believe that souls pick their bodies. Like, I don't know how much I can elaborate on that, but for instance, like I don't believe that a parent chooses a child. Like, parent obviously brings you to life.
Yeah.
But prior to that, a soul
Yeah.
will find a parent, and then that baby will.
So do you
soak
believe
up
in reincarnation?
I do.
I fucking hate that idea. I really do. And I detest that idea. To come back here and just, I gotta do all this shit again. Like, no, thank you.
What if you're not done fully?
I am done. Like,
What if it's cancer and you don't want to go, but you have no other choice?
that's not up to me. I'm already done. Like,
No, but I'm saying like, what if you feel like you're not complete, like you did not complete everything on Earth yet?
well, I mean, it's sort of like what you said earlier. It's just like I do feel complete. I've done the things that
So
I've
then
wanted.
you don't have to come back.
Yeah, I really don't.
That's
Like,
fine. So then there should be a choice. You're like, oh, I'm done. I don't need to come in any other form back to the
it's
world.
kind of hard to say you get a choice considering like you don't even have a choice to come into life, like where it's just like
See, I don't know. Sometimes I believe that souls, when they go through, what's the word? Not, I guess, dimensions. No.
yeah.
They, like, I was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And I think that didn't just happen because my parents had sex. You know what I mean? Like, me as a person, like who I am right now. I don't know. I just believe that there was my soul chose me before I was even in this
Your
world.
soul chose to be in your daddy's balls.
Yeah.
Like
That one soul.
Yeah, that's it. One little sperm
I don't
cell.
know. They're like deep topics to think about. But yeah, I am a freak if it comes to energies. And
But then again, it's just like once you dissipate, do you just stay on Earth? Do you just become a shark or wherever you want to, or do you go to space where you don't even know? Like it's expanding. That's crazy. Where it's just like you just want to stay on Earth.
yeah, I would want to go somewhere else.
Yeah, where it's like, let me go try something else. It'd be crazy if those Mormons are right. I'd be like, what? Out of everybody, not the Mormons, the Scientologists.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those people are fucking lunatics.
Yeah, they
It's
are crazy.
There's a lot of religions that I'm just like, yeah,
Whatever.
if it makes you feel better, go right ahead. But honestly, I don't know how you would just want to give up your life money to this guy that's just scamming you. He is scamming you. I'm talking to you. You're watching me. Yeah, stop it. Like, you're smarter than that.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Have you guys got? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I just feel like cults and delusions. It's so sad when it comes to people because they're empty inside. And like I need to find purpose. I find that to be the stupidest question in the world. It's just like you find your own purpose. At the end, you choose your own purpose. Whatever it is.
You can get guidance
Exactly.
if you feel lost, but yeah, you definitely can't find your own purpose.
Yeah, like there's beauty in the world. There's terror in the world. There's so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you want to join a cult, then go ahead, have fun, But I think it was Creed that said, like, you make the most money when you're a cult leader, but the most fun is when you're following the cult. Like, that's,
There's some creeps out there.
Oh, yeah.
With the cults, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And there's one being made now. It's crazy, but it is. It's like, and then there's those inner parties. Like, like there are just like those fiendish people that
like
are just
Illuminati stuff.
Yeah, that kind of crazy stuff. I mean, Vic, what's your take on Illuminati? Do they just have sex with each other?
I went down the rabbit hole once, reading about it. I'll tell you in a second.
No, I think definitely secret society, all that stuff definitely exists. I remember I had someone I know who worked for Succabees.
Oh, okay.
And they work with like super ultra high end clients, of course, if you know anything about Succabees. And he's like, yeah, we've been hired like on NDA and everything, like to do some like record some secret rituals and stuff like that, like for these ultra affluent people who are trying to obviously peek into immortality using ancient stuff and like information. So
wow,
it's definitely real. I mean, like when you have when money's not an option, that means everything's an option.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean,
you pull all the strings.
We've heard all the crazy stories.
Oh,
They're like half the Netflix documentaries.
Yeah. If you get to be immortal, would you choose it?
I don't know.
A friend of mine told me he would not, just because it's just like after a while you just get bored, and that's sort of the whole death situation. Like you appreciate life because it's so finite that you can only do so much of it.
You have limited time on this earth, yeah.
Exactly.
But see, when you have an idea, like I'm immortal, like I know, meaning my soul is immortal. Like I'll go somewhere else and live somewhere else. Like I know that. This is why I'm not scared of death, personally. So my time is limited on this earth.
Yeah.
And I'll go somewhere else, and then I'm gonna have another time limited somewhere else. I do believe it. I'm delusional like that.
Well, that's good. That's good.
I believe it, and it honestly it makes me feel at ease that I don't have to fear death. Death is part of life, and it just proves you gotta live it to the fullest, like you said. But speaking of like the crazy stories,
you got another one?
No. Like Illuminati. I mean, it's not the same, but there's a lot of very popular people that are part of. I don't know what it's called. I would have to look it up. But pretty much what happens is that the kids get kidnapped and scared to death, and the blood gets drawn out of the kid. And something happens along the lines where, let's say, Madonna was one of them who would like drink the blood.
I could see that
for longer longevity. Yeah, for living longer. I don't know what it's called, but the kids produce a drug. It's like a drug or a hormone that when it's absorbed by an adult person, it kind of makes you younger for longer.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that or no? Madonna, Michael Jackson. There's a lot of people.
I've heard of things of that nature. I mean, it makes me wonder if people
looking it up now.
Yeah, can learn to accept things or not. Vic, what do you think? That is that just sad in a way where you can't accept your own fatality at that point?
I wonder if it's that or if it's
mortality. Excuse me. Not
is
fatality.
Wait. Yeah, it's I wonder because it's like I feel like are people being motivated by a lust for power? Like why even want to live like for so long?
Right.
Or is it really like running from the fear of death? Like because Yeah, I feel like it's just so interesting point of view on the motivation behind it. I mean, either way, I think I've heard some of those stories too about like the child cabals and stuff like that, which is just like inhumane in a
Yeah.
lot of
What is that?
ways.
I never heard of it. So
Oh, where like they kill babies for like also their blood and different things like that.
oh shit.
Certain
Yeah, it's
organs. Like
cold.
there's a lot of crazy like,
See,
and
I
I
feel
don't know
like
how
that.
true
There
some
is
of
a
those
movie
stuff,
on
but
this
See,
Polish movie, very good Polish movie. I'll send it to you guys on the kids kidnapping kids and like the whole concept.
Yeah.
When I watched that movie, I think it won some crazy awards globally. But I watched this movie, I was like, oh my god, I need to go read about it. It's the dark virality of a Hollywood blood harvesting conspiracy. So there's a whole article about this. So we can definitely read about it and talk more next time. But
that's next time.
oh, this is
folks.
what it's called,
No.
adrenochrome from Forbes. Literally, the adrenochrome conspiracy theory. That is crazy. When you literally live, it's called the bizarre theory claims that global elites harvest a chemical from kidnapped children to ingest as an elixir of youth.
Life. Oh, okay. Nice.
That is
I mean,
wild.
Not nice. Sorry.
No,
I
but
don't
that's
choose word.
crazy. And I believe in that. I really do believe that there is crazy people out there, especially when you have plenty of money, you have nothing to fucking do with it. You're going to go and do
Can't
that.
find a therapist, no?
No, right? Some people don't believe in therapy, which I find crazy, but
I think that would, right? That would be pretty crazy. Just like
Not
I
believe in
think I saw
therapy.
somebody comment on something,
Yeah.
you know, just like where like they think therapy is a waste of money because they have to. If they can't fix you once, then you know it's just so expensive money. But that's like a car. That's like going to the doctor.
yeah,
they can't-
you
exactly.
spend so much money on all this stupid stuff.
And the thing that
Yeah.
people don't understand, it's supposed to be preventative care.
Yeah.
It helps you not get you messed up in the
Worse.
first place.
Yeah.
You know, or get worse. But some people treat it like they treat the doctor. Instead of going to your checkups and trying to make
Right.
sure you stay healthy and eat right and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
You just live life, don't care about what you eat, and then when something goes wrong, you go to the doctor and
Right.
ask them to fix it. And people treat therapy the same way. It's like, oh, now I'm having burnout or I'm
Now
having
it's
these
time to
lashes,
go to
anger
therapy.
issues, and so I'm
Yeah.
going to go therapy now.
Yeah.
And then okay, I got that under control. Now I don't need it. It's like it's the same
No,
reason
it
why
should
you
be
keep
a
going to the
thing.
doctor. It's preventative, should
Right.
be. But yeah.
Fair enough.
I haven't been to therapy in a while, and I think I'm gonna make a big comeback because I think everybody.
I'm gonna make a big comeback to therapy.
I love therapy.
Really?
I was such a hater at first myself, and I remember being like, okay, I can go and talk to my best friend about the same thing because therapist will not tell you what to do. He will just
course.
give you, let's say he will give you two options. Okay, if you do this, these are the results. If you do that, those are going to be the results. The choice is yours. Sometimes I used to go to therapy. I'm like, okay, can you please, Eric, just tell me what to do? He starts laughing. He's like, Paulina, I can't do that. I'm like, just tell me. I'll just take your advice. But they're supposed to just put things in perspective for you and help you navigate through your emotions and stuff. But, women tend to talk about their problems with their best friends, especially. Guys, maybe so too. I don't know. You tell me. But you guys tend to be more closed off if it comes to your private life, at least from what I've noticed.
Well, me and Vic are different. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
Like Vic can
Yeah.
tell you. I tell him my problems. Like,
Okay.
more than he would like to. Like,
Okay, so that's good. That's
yeah.
healthy friendship
Yeah,
that
we're
you guys
both
have. But
pretty
there's a
open,
lot of
yeah.
guys, like we've mentioned before, that have a hard time expressing themselves. And sharing certain things with their boys might be like, oh no, he's going to judge me. He's going to think I'm pussy or something like that. Whereas that's the healthiest form of coping with anything that happens around you is to share it with someone that you love. So therapists as a third party, I guess, in the problem can help you because it's going to be an unbiased opinion. And for me, I would rather go to therapists because most likely I'm going to listen to the therapist more than my best friend who I love dearly. And she gives me the same fucking, the same solution to the problem. I just don't listen to it. So therapy to me, at first I was a big hater, and then I realized how much it actually has helped me.
wonderful.
Yeah. So I do believe that everybody should go to therapy at some point in their life.
As much as I would like to get into more, I think that's where we're going to cap it today, folks. Yeah. Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think of conspiracy theories and ghosts and all the
spookies,
spooky stuff. I get freaked out over ghosts, seriously, or anything scary.
Yeah.
I can't sleep at night. It freaks me out because I believe in it so much. Yeah.
Same level.
There it is. There it is.
But thanks, guys, for joining us again. And we would love to hear some feedback as always, right?
And give us donations.
Yes.
Lots of donations.
Be great.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah. Buy us coffee, or sex toys, whatever you
Ooh,
feel
those are
like.
fun. We've talked about that.